Good morning, everyone. It's day 3 of lockdown, and here we are again. So, today I said we would make soya bean and kale burgers. And I have done this video so many times, you can't imagine. So, I've already cooked the food and I've already done them, so I'm just going to tell you what I did with it and also give you some added information which is really, really important. So, these are the kale burgers, and I will freeze them and have them for weeks. And I will put them in the oven and I will fry them a little bit just to make them crispy on top. So this is what went into my food processor. First, last night I soaked, let me lower this down. I soaked a cup of soya beans. I do not use processed soya beans in tins. I don't like the tofu. I don't know. I don't know. Some people, they like them. I personally don't like them. I don't know how fresh they are, when it's processed. So I prefer to use things that are fresh. So soak that overnight and then in the morning, boil them. So rinse them, boil the water first, then add in your soya beans. And I cook them for about an hour, unless you have a pressure cooker, and then you can do that really quick if you have one of those. So now, soya is a very good source of protein for people, and it's super healthy when it's the right vitamins. Not processed. When it's like this, then it's really great protein source. It's low saturated in fat, cholesterol free, lactose free. It's got omega-3 fatty acids. It's a great source of antioxidants, and it has phytoestrogen. So it's good for women, especially if they're going through menopause or menstrual problems or anything like that. It helps, but you don't need to have too much of it. So like once a month I'll have these, and that's fine, right? It also is very good. Soya is good for your heart. It's good for diabetics. It's great for your mental health as well. So soya. Now to the soya, let me just go through the ingredients so I don't forget. So we've added the soya beans. I cooked onions, garlic and ginger and a green pepper on a low heat so that they all caramelized and all the flavors blended in together. And so I put the soya beans in there, then I added in my mixture of onions and garlic, ginger, green pepper. And then I chopped up loads of kale and I put that into my blender, and I've left some aside because I'm going to make a salad with kale, green pepper and a green apple. And I'm going to explain to you why that's so important. So, kale is very good leafy vegetable for the bones. It has a lot of vitamin K, and it's very high in vitamin C, more than an orange. So it's a great booster for your immune system. So now through this pandemic, we should be eating kale. Not so easy to find in Cyprus, but you can find it in health food shops, and hopefully the supermarkets will catch on to it. So kale. Kale is also got calcium in it. That's why it's good for your bones. It's also good for your skin and your hair, right? Great benefits. Now, so to that I added that in the blender, and what else did I do? And I added seasoning, salt and pepper, and I added some breadcrumbs, a cup of breadcrumbs, so that can help bind it together. And if it needs more binding, you can add a little bit of flour, and I used chickpea flour. All in the blender, salt and pepper. Maybe you need to add a little bit of water just to help it all come together. And then it all binds up, and then you get that, right? This comes like a dough. And then you just roll them up, pat them out like so, and there you have kale patties. And you can put them in the freezer and they last for a long time, and they're really, really nice. I mean, they go great with lentils. When you're having just lentils, you can have those on the side. Now, what I wanted to share with you is this information, since I can't show you how to cook them. I want to explain to you about these foods. This meal is an alkaline meal. Now, what is alkaline? Like, just like in a swimming pool, we have to get the pH right. You have to have the acid and the alkaline balance in order for the pool to have that color blue. But that's the same in the body. We have the pH. So we have to have our alkaline and our acid balanced out. If there's an imbalance, if there's too much acid, it causes disease and many different problems to the body. And the foods that cause these are dairy and meat products. They cause too much acid in the body. Now, and that also causes muscle pain. So what you can do if you're still not vegan, or people who are vegan and their loved ones, you want to share this information, what you can do is eat kale raw, spinach raw, and rocket. These will wipe out all the heavy metals and toxins from the foods, especially from fish. Yes, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, fish is also really, really bad for you. I know there will be some people who disagree, but there's a lot of heavy metals in them. There's lots of toxins in the sea, so you have to be super careful with them. So if you are going to eat them, have those green leafy vegetables that I told you about, and that will help wipe out those metals. Now, so when we eat foods like this, that will help balance the acid in the body. So do you see why it's so important to have a vegan diet? Because it will help our bodies heal faster, and that's what the body's made up. It's made up to heal on its own. So when we stop eating the wrong foods and doing the wrong things to our body, then our body can find the right healing. As Hippocrates said, let thy food be thy medicine. So my darlings, that's it for today. Tomorrow I thought we would make some energy balls. So have a lovely day, and I'll see you all. Lots of love in Agabi to you all.